All right. So you've probably heard of in NLP the swish pattern, or maybe you thought it sounded like another hocus pocus, one of my videos that I've done, like the pendulum. Let me tell you something. There is nothing, absolutely nothing magical about it. It's actually just your brain, your state, and your unconscious working at the speed they were designed to in the first place. Today, I'm going to show you step by step how it works and why it can shift a habit or a response in a few minutes. Just a few minutes. That's all it's going to take. The swish pattern is one of the fastest ways to break an old behavior and install a new one. Why? Because it doesn't rely on willpower. It works by giving your brain a new pathway, a compelling alternative it would rather take. Think about it. Your brain loves speed. If you hesitate, your unconscious or your conscious mind, the part that analyzes, doubts, and resists change, gets in your way. That's why the swish pattern works really best when it's done fast, quite rapidly, which we will do as we'll continue this video. It slips under the radar of the critical faculty of your mind and then connects directly with your unconscious. And that's the access where we can create change. Here's how it works. I'm going to give you some steps that we're going to follow, and then I'm actually going to do it with you. So if you want to pause the video at any time to write your notes, use this with your clients, do it. Step one, identify the trigger. Okay, pick a habit, a behavior, a thought you want to change. Let's say it is, I don't know, nail biting. See yourself in your mind's eye just about to do it. That's your starting image. That's all you're going to do. Step two, create your desired self image, meaning now imagine the version of you that no longer does that particular behavior, like biting your nails. You're confident, you're relaxed, you're in control. Make that picture really big, bright, and colorful, filled with all energy around you. This is your peak state image. This is the image that you're going to transform the nail biting from into. Step three, okay, this is the swish. Here's where the magic, or really the neuroscience, really happens. Shrink the unwanted image down into a corner, left or right, doesn't really matter. Like a tiny black and white photo. That's all you're doing. So the state, the crap that you don't want, put it in a small little corner in black and white. At the same time, make your confident, powerful image rush in bright, filling the whole screen of your own mind. Do it really fast, like a swish, okay? Step four, you're going to repeat this process. You're going to run it again and again and again, each time even faster than the first time. So your brain learns through the repetition. So the more you do it and the more you swish it, hey, the more automatic it becomes. All right, I'm going to do this with you. What I want you to do is pause the video if you need to. And if you are going to pause the video, prepare the images in your mind, what you want to create and what you want to get rid of, what you're going to replace it with, how you're going to look, how you're going to feel, how you're going to sense, how you're going to see the world, right? Once you have these two images in your mind, the positive anchor that we're going to anchor it to and the negative state that you've been running, I'm going to do this process with you step by step, and then I'm going to take it on board quite rapid. Then you can go home and do this and practice with someone. If you're a therapist, practice, practice, practice with all your clients, with your friends, with everyone, just to see how imminently you can get rid of a pattern, a behavior, or a habit so rapidly just using the NLP swish pattern. Okay? So let's begin. First, bring up the old picture, the one of you just about to do the habit or the behavior you don't want anymore, right? Maybe it's biting your nails. Maybe it's reaching for junk food. Maybe it's procrastinating, right? I want you to see it very clearly in front of your face, like really in front of your face, okay? Now, in the bottom left-hand corner, right, doesn't really matter, of that image, place a tiny picture of the new you, the confident you, the calm you, the in control you, the vibrant, the energetic you. Here's the fun part. On the count of three, we're going to, me and you, swish it together. Are you ready? Old picture, new picture. 1, 2, 3, swish. Just switch them over. That's all I want you to do. So the old picture goes dark and dim and small, fading away, and then the new picture rushes forward in front of your face, bright, colorful, filled with energy, and close, so close to you that you can almost step into it, right? That's all we're doing. Now, again, old picture, hold it, just imagine it in front of you. So the old picture, then new picture. 1, 2, 3, swish. Switch them over in your mind's eye. Ready? Old picture, new picture. 1, 2, 3, swish. Old picture, new picture. 1, 2, 3, swish. I'm going to click my fingers now to try to get it more rapid. What you'll notice is the old one disappears quite fast and the new one slams in, like it becomes so vivid and so alive. And again, and we're going to just keep playing this. Ready? So old picture, new picture. 1, 2, 3, swish. Old picture, new picture. 1, 2, 3, swish. Old picture, new picture. 1, 2, 3, swish. Yes, I know it gets quite exhausting for the brain to try to bring up an image and then reignite that image into a small image and bring the small one out big and larger and larger and larger. I get it. I've dealt with it with my clients and I see that they get so confused, their eyes start to get distorted. That's natural. It's a part of the whole process to create the neural pathway in your mind to get into the image that you want to create. You ready again? Old picture, new picture. 1, 2, 3, swish. 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 Have you noticed the change? Can you feel it in your body? Are you starting to sweat? Are you starting to feel the heat? Are you starting to not find the old picture and the only thing that keeps coming up in front of your image, in front of your eyes, posted all around you is the new picture? Let's do it a couple more times. Old picture, new picture. 1, 2, 3, swish. Old picture, new picture. 1, 2, 3, swish. Old picture, new picture. 1, 2, 3, swish. And each time you do it, the old images loses its power and the new image takes over. That's the goal. Do it 5, 6, 7 times until it becomes automatic. Just like Adriana James used to say to me when she taught me this pattern in my training like 6 years ago. The old picture, new picture, swish. That rhythm is what trains your brain. And then the question is, so Sarah, why does it really work? Because the brain codes experiences in pictures, in sounds, in feelings. And what we call submodalities, which I did in a previous video, it's shifting. It's loosening up a model of something you're already holding on to. That changes the codes and speed. You're literally rewiring the way your unconscious mind responds to a trigger or a state or a behavior. It's not slow because your unconscious mind is fast. It's built to process in milliseconds. Your brain isn't built to process slowly. It's so rapidly fast. You got to catch it in time before it bluntly brings the old image, making you feel like that is you when it is not, when you are shifting that state, shifting that old self into the new self. Because it doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is fake, this overrides it, builds that new neural pathway, milliseconds, and gets you on the other side. That's what it does. The swish pattern bypasses the critical faculty of your mind, which is you've got the conscious awareness, you've got the critical mind, and then you've got the unconscious mind. And even in the center of that, you've got the subconscious, which even goes deeper. Some people call the subconscious the delta state. Others in American language and overseas say the subconscious is the unconscious. Does it really matter? As long as it works, right? Who cares what it's called? But just to give you an idea, you've got your brain, you've got the conscience, the logical thinking, the black and white, the 1 + 1 = 2. Then you've got the imaginative, the emotions, from the intellect to an emotional drive. The emotion is what's driving you through the habits, the behaviors, and everything that you're experiencing. And so the goal is to get that emotion to shift into the intellect and have something called a congruency to stop the gap. Yeah, I know you don't want to hold the old habit, but you're still holding on. It's not willpower, it's an override. So we need to break through that conscious awareness, the intellectual mind, break that critical faculty that sits in the border to get into the emotional awareness, to shake it, wake it up and say no more. The swish pattern does that. And when your body says no more, it gets you to have the same emotional drive build into the intellectual mind. And so you have that connection, like congruency. That's what really happens inside the brain. It's neuroscience. It's not hocus pocus. It is not magic or black magic. I hear all sorts of things. It's not voodoo. It's just the brain. It's science and it works. And I don't care if you think otherwise. Until you do it enough times, you will see it for yourself. I was a skeptic. I remember when I did my swish pattern, I was like, what in God's name is this? Are you serious? This is not going to work. It's not going to get me out of a state that I wanted to change at the time. And it just kept going and going until my eyes couldn't even gather the old habit that I was holding on to, which was actually eating marshmallows. And I used to love stuffing so many of them in my mouth, especially the white ones. I know it sounds absolutely crazy, right? But I loved marshmallows. And if I had a packet, I would eat the whole packet. I wouldn't eat the pink ones. I would eat the white ones, and I'd eat a lot. And so I did the swish pattern. I thought, this is not going to work. No way. I remember doing the same swish pattern on a client with chocolate. What we did is replace it into a healthy self, seeing herself eating something better and greens or something like that. And ever since then, she was off chocolate. She didn't want to eat chocolate anymore. She didn't even want to have one. Now you're probably thinking, okay, well, let's say it works, Sarah. In a few months' time, can I go back to my old habit? Well, yeah, of course you can. You quit smoking. If you choose to go back to that cigarette, that's a choice of yours that you make. You're always in control. You will continue to be in control. But the thing is, it creates a new neural pathway and puts you in a different state of mind and belief that allows the emotion and intellect to have that congruency, breaking through that critical faculty. That's all that's really happening. But in the future, if you decide to wake up and say, hey, I'm going to take the cigarette again. Hey, life is stressful. I want to bite my nails. Well, yeah, you're going to do it. And that's fine. Is it reversible full time for the rest of your life? Well, if that's what you want, then that belief will be installed inside of you and it'll be the case. If that's not what you want and you want to bring it on again, you cannot blame the swish pattern other than yourself. Because at the end of the day, you can reinvite something because you're the one that's driving your car. It's your vehicle. I mean, a therapist usually is the facilitator, really. We're just the passengers sitting next to you as you're driving along, your path, your habits, your addictions, your behaviors. We're sitting in the model of your world. And all we do is remind you, utilizing tools like the swish pattern. And you can even use this metaphor with your clients if you're a therapist listening to this. We facilitate change, we don't create it. You create the change. You've created the habit, and you also can create the change. As Dr. Joe Dispenza always says something quite brilliant. If words could make you sick, then words can make you well. So if your thoughts are making you have dis-ease and discomfort, then maybe your thoughts could do the opposite too. The power's always been with you. The therapist is only there just to remind you, well, hey, Ben, hey, Sarah, hey, Jack, hey, David, hey, so forth. There's a stop sign. You're about to near it. Slow down. The swish pattern does that. It brings up that stop technique, puts something down and out, and gets you to put a hold on the brakes and see what is in front of you, the cars. But in this case of a swish pattern, you're creating the image, something better to replace what you're holding on to. So as you might know, it bypasses that critical faculty, the doubting mind, the critical mind, the part that drops straight into the operating system. So the next time that you hear the word swish pattern and you think for a millimeter of a second, it sounds like magic or a magic trick, remember this, it is not magic. Dude, it is not magic. It's your mind working the way it's designed to, really fast, rapid, automatically, and quite powerful. All right, now you've got two choices, just two. You can take this step by step and try it right away, right now, for yourself, on yourself. Have someone assist you or with your clients and practice, practice, practice. Or if you really want to master it and use it to shift the deeper patterns holding you back, then book a session with me. We'll do it together. I'll help you overcome it quite rapidly, actually. It's not a problem. The problem is never the problem in NLP. We know this as a fact, right? So either way, the power of swish is already in you. You already have the ability. This is just an additional tool, step by step, guiding you through the process. If you found this video useful, please subscribe, hit subscribe, follow my channel for more information. I'll be posting a lot more about NLP. I'll be talking about all other things and how you can integrate together in your sessions. Or a refresher, if you're already an NLP practitioner or a psychologist, psychiatrist, and you want to add some tools and strategies with your clients, then follow my page. You'll find a lot of helpful information. Self-development, hypnosis, NLP, psychotherapy, and how to even hold counseling as time goes by. From my heart to yours, as always.